on this wet and wild episode of Mythbusters.
I'm alive, right?
It's the biggest, dirtiest, most vertigo-inducing build in Mythbusters history.
That's one heck of a ramp.
Testing the fantastical flight in this viral video.
This is fun.
Meanwhile, Carrie, Tori, and Grant deliver the goods.
We're gonna get stuck on Lombard.
Finding out if going the extra distance and taking only right-hand turns
MCS is coming through.
can save you gas.
There you go.
Who knew packages could be so exciting?
Who are the Mythbusters? Adam Savage
70% chance of science.
and Jamie Hyneman.
We're gonna have an adventure.
Between them, more than 30 years of special effects experience. Joining them, Grant Imahara,
Formidable projectile.
Carrie Byron,
Do it.
and Tori Bellucci.
Wasn't ready for that one, Carrie.
They don't just tell the myths, they put them to the test.
You're wearing a face mask.
You're very observant.
Why?
Why are you observant, or why am I wearing a face mask? Okay, I'm wearing a face mask because we're doing a fairly damp story. This is a YouTube clip that's pretty famous and got sent to us by just about everyone, in which a man is seen sliding down a water slide, launching himself off a ramp, flying a seemingly impossible length through the air and landing in a little tiny swimming pool.
And so you want us to test this?
Oh, I want to test this.
It's a death-defying viral video stunt with over 4 million hits. But is this incredible feat legit, or is it a slideshow sham?
Where do you want to start?
Well, as much as I'd love to just build a big old slide and slide down it, something tells me that that might be dangerous.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking we should start here in the shop and do a kind of proof of concept.
To see whether we think we can get that kind of distance and precision.
Exactly. Let's start with a small slide, a small slider, run it through some paces and see what we get.
Without putting our bodies on the line.
Yet.
Yeah.
It's a slippery slope to the truth, so they're starting with a proof of concept, and here's what they're looking for.
Doing a scale water slide experiment is a bit of a problem because gravity doesn't scale. But it's no big deal because I only need our little dummy to land in about the same spot over and over again, because if he doesn't, he's toast. Secondly, based on our video, to scale, I need him to travel about 16 feet.
16 feet is the approximate X marks the spot for the kiddie pool.
Mind if I take a quick look how he slides?
Not at all. Knock yourself out. If we get those things, then this might actually be doable. Not that bad.
But not close to leaping off of that and going 15 times his own height.
No water.
Yep, this is about to get a lot more slippery when wet. The blue-colored water helps the guys ensure that the whole slide is lubricated. And then Stunt Adam takes his first slip.
Slip and slide, scale test. 3, 2, 1.
Oh!
That's awesome. He left a little blue stain, nicely marking where he landed.
9 feet 8 inches.
9 feet is hardly the 16 feet Jamie was looking for, but the guys have a slippery trick to try.
You want to try it again, but throw a little dish soap in that water?
Sounds like a good idea. I'll be right back.
Using soapy water to further lubricate the slide will reduce the friction on the stuntman,
Oh, yeah.
helping him to accelerate and hopefully fly further.
Here we go. And 3, 2, 1. Boom!
Sure enough, the soap surfactants made Mini Adam go the distance. But what about accuracy?
Here we go. Looking for the same spot. When I look at this rig, I think he's not going to hit the same target every time. But that's not going to stop us from trying. Is it, little dude? Oh, I'd rather be done. No, you got a few more slides. Okay, here we go. I'm not getting tired of that.
It's not tiresome, but neither is it accurate. So Jamie's got a plan.
I'm wondering about fixing him so he's in this position.
Yeah.
Binding the arms and legs should streamline Mini Adam and help him to land in the same place twice. But before he flies, the slide needs another spritz of soapy water.
I figure we should use something like this for the full-size ramp, you know, but larger, like one of those handheld weed sprayers.
I can't see it putting out anywhere near enough liquid.
I think it will.
If you want to bring it, that's fine, but I swear, if we end up using it to cover the ramp, I'll pay you $100.
All right, then.
The gentleman's wager stands. So the tiny slider is tossed down the slide
Zupa!
again and again.
Woohoo! Boom!
That actually was pretty close to the last one.
It was.
And he even landed feet first again.
Both times?
Yep.
Nice.
And soon enough, a pattern starts to emerge. The more they send streamlined Adam down the slide,
Getting pretty much in the same area.
Go ahead and mark it again. I'm getting kind of excited.
the more predictable his landings become.
You know, Jamie, after all the weird crap we've rigged for commercials, I totally did not expect it to get so consistent.
Yep, I got 3 in a row here within an inch of each other.
Nice.
Let's look at how our criteria stacks up. The first thing is that we need our little dummy to land in exactly the same spot, and all these landings are within a few inches. That works. Secondly, to match the video, we need him to come to about 16 feet. And we got landings between 13 and 19 feet, so this might actually work.
I gotta say, dude, looking at these landings and thinking like perhaps the pool's about this size, I'm pretty pleased with the consistency.
So you'd be willing to bet your life on this one, huh?
No, not just yet, but it does seem like less of the lethal choice it seemed to me when I first watched the video.
I can see the whole thing in my head right now, flying through the air, looking at that target coming up ever closer, but missing it by a foot, going splat. Oh, darn.
Okay, now this next myth is based on something that a major package delivery company actually does. They have a special software program that custom designs a route for their truck drivers that eliminates as many left-hand turns as possible.
You know, I've heard this one. I mean, apparently it's easy for truck drivers to take a right because all they have to do is wait for a clearing and then they can go. But if you're turning left, you have to wait for the light or you have to wait for oncoming traffic to clear before you can turn. You're sitting there idling and you're wasting fuel.
Wait a minute, you're telling me instead of just making a simple left, you're gonna go 3 rights to get to the same place, and that's more fuel efficient.
Exactly. And for a major package delivery company, that's millions of dollars a year.
Millions.
Cool.
It's a little counterintuitive, but apparently you can cut corners by always going right and avoiding the lights. But can you really save gas by going the extra distance to eliminate idling?
So how are we gonna test this one?
Well, this myth is about delivery trucks, but since most of our viewers don't have access to those, I think we should start with a car.
Why don't we take a car, we'll bypass the fuel tank, we'll put in our own fuel cell. That way we can remove it and weigh it, and we'll know exactly how much fuel we're using.
Good idea, and we'll do 2 routes. The first one will be the most direct route, and the second one will eliminate left-hand turns and do only rights.
And for consistency, we should have only one driver, and because I'm the safest driver, I think I should be behind the wheel.
You're the safest driver?
Grant is up for courier duty, so the team heads to Treasure Island to deliver their mythical booty.
Now, the myth is that right-hand turns are more fuel efficient than left-hand turns. So we've set out 2 courses. We're going to drive both courses at the same speed with the same driving style to deliver 12 packages.
This is Adam's Blade Runner replica pistol.
The more direct left-hand route includes a 60-second wait at traffic lights, but is just 0.4 of a mile. The longer right-hand route eliminates the wait, but they'll cover 0.6 of a mile instead. The routes will be repeated 12 times, as there are a dozen packages to deliver.
It's raining. It was so nice out here.
A slightly damp Grant and Tori weigh the fuel cell for their starting weight.
Beauty.
All right, 17.89 pounds.
Then hook it up to the car.
All right, let's deliver these packages.
Woohoo! We're off.
And commence the left turn course. Well, after the stoplight.
It's a long light, man. Yep, we got packages to deliver.
If only I had power over all the lights like this.
Green light, let's go.
It's left after left.
Yep, that's the right address.
And light after light. As our left brain couriers deliver the goods.
We need your sign for that.
By the way, your average lap has been 2 minutes, 15 seconds.
There's customer service and there's like chit chat. I don't know why she wanted to talk. I got packages to deliver.
There's no time to waste as they complete 12 circuits. And finally, every package is safely delivered.
Yeah! Yes! All right, we are done with our route. Let's measure our fuel cell. Okay, it's 15.63 pounds.
So that is a difference of 2.26 pounds.
And you did the run in 27 minutes and 6 seconds.
All right, that was a good time. Let's reset and we'll do the test where we just do right-hand turns only. 17.89, perfect.
It's a straightforward process. Tori and Grant repeat the delivery dozen.
I feel like we've delivered to this location before.
But this time, only going right.
All right, so you're gonna take a right up here. And then maybe, I think you're right. Right you are, my man.
Grant maintains the same speed as the previous test, and the weather conditions are identical. However,
You know, this route feels faster. I don't know if it is faster.
Well, we're cutting down by not stopping at lights. Hindelstein? Hindelstein. Yeah. All right, let's go.
Do you hear something?
No.
and this time around, despite an extra 33% of distance to cover,
All right, this is our last stop.
the parcels are dispatched in only 21 minutes.
All right, now it's time to find out which is more fuel efficient. Left-hand turns or right-hand turns? 15.55.
So that means the right turn actually consumed more fuel.
Looks like this one is busted.
But you guys got here quicker.
All right, you might have saved time, but you're using more fuel.
And we're not talking miles per gallon here. It's all about the total fuel consumption for 12 deliveries.
For our first test, we did all left-hand turns. We covered 36 blocks in 27 minutes. But for our second test, with all right-hand turns, we covered almost twice the distance, 60 blocks, but came in at 21 minutes.
So the left turn test used less fuel. But what does that mean for the myth?
So yes, we did find that the left turn route was more fuel efficient than the right turn route. But the really important thing to look at is the difference. It was minuscule, 0.4%, less than 1%. I think to really get to the bottom of this, we need to introduce a real world scenario.
The Mythbusters are finding out if this incredible slide is real or a flight of fancy. And after a proof of concept, it looks like this just might fly.
I gotta say, I'm astonished that the small scale seems to show that this myth is not impossible.
Well, then it's time to go full scale.
I think it is.
This is kind of dangerous, though. So the question is, are you willing to stake your life on hitting that pool?
No, I am not, and that's why I've come up with, I think, the perfect plan. See, we don't have to do this myth on dry ground. We just need to hit a target in the shape of a pool. We could put that target on, follow me, a lake. Then, if we miss the target, we don't die. It's like a win-win.
Excellent plan.
But before they go big scale, they need to know exactly how big is.
This myth really all comes down to the slide. How big is it? How long is it? What are its overall dimensions? So I'm going to spend some time getting up close and personal with the video to try and extrapolate those dimensions.
And after some very thorough extrapolating,
I've got that it's 8 feet wide. I've extrapolated that from an earlier shot.
Adam has the dimension data on our slide. It's approximately 200 feet long with a slope of 24 degrees and a ramp 12 feet high at an angle of 30 degrees. So they'll need to find a lake at the bottom of a large 24-degree hill. Well, how about this one?
This has got to be the spot.
It's beautiful. Get a little of that woozy feeling just looking at that.
Yeah, we're going to get going pretty fast by the time we reach the bottom of this hill.
Awesome. We're back at man-made quarry lake pit 232, which the careful viewer may remember from Dive to Survive. 3, 2, 1!
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's the ideal location, but they'll have to work the angles to get the 24-degree incline that this myth requires. Cue JD and the earth moving.
I love these compact earth movers. They're like giant hamsters on steroids. After a while, they become a part of your own body, and you can move things just about as quickly as you can think.
Yeah! Isn't this great? It's like Monster Truck Fantasy Camp! While we are no strangers to extremely large builds in pursuit of a story, it seems to me that the biggest ones always involve ramps. I'm thinking specifically the dirt mount for the Dukes of Hazzard jump.
Oh, my Lord.
And the huge container ramp for the rocket car. That ramp held up a tree. Behind me, in sheer size and tonnage, is the biggest build we have ever undertaken.
Adam's right. With over 200 cubic yards of dirt required to make their ramp, this could take a while.
Still got a little ways to go.
And as the sun sets on day one of this mammoth build, their slope is more molehill than mountain. But luckily, next morning brings reinforcements.
These guys are pretty good, and they did great work for us, but we still got a ways to go, and we needed some extra help. So, allow me to introduce you to some extra help. That's how it's done. That was quick.
Sometimes you need the right tool.
Yep, in 5 minutes, the massive earth mover has completed what it took them a whole day yesterday to do. So the guys get to work on their ramp. First, Jamie puts a new slant on danger as he tamps down any loose earth.
You'll notice I'm only going up and down the ramp with the bucket first, because I'm worried that if I went the other way, I might flip over backwards.
While Adam works the planks, building the takeoff ramp.
What are we doing?
52 sheets of plywood are slid down the slope, and the slide starts to take shape.
It's beautiful.
It looks great. You first.
And now that they're out of the woods, Jamie is taking precautions.
These things are called straw wattles. Normally they're used for preventing erosion. We're not going to use them for that. We're going to use them as barriers along the side of our slide to help prevent us from going someplace we don't want to go.
Jamie, that looks hilarious.
If you need it past here, you're in trouble.
With the Wattle safety system secure, they focus on comfort, cushioning the entire slide with carpet.
Oh.
Can I get another roll of duct tape?
And then it's time for the last ingredient of any slippery dip, lacquered vinyl.
Never let it be said that Mythbusters doesn't roll out at least the orange carpet. Come on, all the way, buddy.
Yep, we roll it out. But we may have a few problems holding on to it.
Oh well. You should hop off the carpet, please.
Yeah. It's like it's slippery. Oh! There we go, okay. I'm not only having fun, I'm finding if there's any spots that are sticking up that could hurt us. I think the answer is no.
And there you have it. After 2 days of backbreaking, earth-moving, soil-smoothing, plywood planking, waddling, carpet laying, and vinyl veneering, one massive, made-to-order Mythbusters water slide.
Well, sir, that is a ramp.
Yes, it is.
What's standing between us and testing it?
A commercial break?
Oh, see you in a few minutes.
Can canny delivery companies save fuel by turning only right and eliminating the lights?
So far for cars, it looks like it doesn't make that much of a difference if you're making a left-hand turn or a right-hand turn. But I mean, is that true for trucks? Is this company just wasting their time?
I think we definitely need to step up to trucks next. I mean, a big truck takes longer to accelerate, which means it needs a bigger break in traffic in order to complete a left-hand turn. Plus, they're likely using more fuel while idling.
Yeah, and in the real world, not only do they have to deal with traffic, narrow roads, steep hills, pedestrians, and that sounds a little like San Francisco. I say we get trucking. Is that a yes?
Mm-hmm.
I wish I had my own sound effects.
Yeah, it's cool. You can do all kinds of things.
All kinds of things, like rustling up a truck and a crack team of package pushers. So now the Mythbusters courier service is ready to deliver for this myth.
This is the truck that we are going to be using to make our deliveries. We have created the Mythbusters courier service. We aim to please, but there's more. Come with me. We will be making several deliveries to our favorite vendors, and inside our packages are Mythbusters t-shirts. More importantly though, our truck is outfitted with a fuel cell that we'll be measuring before and after each run, so we find out how much fuel we're consuming. 78.75 pounds.
So that is our starting fuel weight.
The best part is, I'll be driving.
Just like the car test, for this test they'll do 2 routes, delivering to the same 6 destinations. First up is the direct route, with both lefts and rights, covering a distance of 5.2 miles from the Palace of Fine Arts to Alamo Square.
All right, let's get these packages delivered. All right, zeroing out trip odometer.
Start your engine in 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, here we go.
All right, coming up here, you're gonna be taking a left at the light.
See? This darn light is eating into our schedule.
Despite the lights, in no time at all they've reached their first Mythbusters landmark,
You ready, kid?
I was born ready.
Fort Mason.
Drop that package.
Got it.
The delivery ninja springs into action. The first package is dropped.
Come on, let's go. We got a schedule to keep.
Okay, hit it.
Oh my God, we're going to Lombard Street.
I love a challenge.
That's the crookedest street in the city, possibly the world.
No, that's Wall Street.
Yep, Lombard Street has more curves than a chorus line. And it's proving a little difficult for MCS.
Oh.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh.
We start going down Lombard. I'm thinking to myself, who picked this route? I mean, this is ridiculous. Don't worry, we're professionals here at MCS.
Watch out, it's getting tighter and tighter. Can you make it down this?
Oh. I'm almost about to crash into the side of the wall. This is a national treasure. This is a landmark. I have to throw it into reverse. I'm backing up just then. Because the angle of the truck was so steep, we lost fuel to the engine and the engine cut out.
Try it. Oh.
Ah, we're gonna get stuck on Lombard. So I lose my power steering. I had to throw it in neutral and do the rest of the street in neutral. MCS, we guarantee our delivery. I didn't even think I was gonna make it out. I'm going over the curb.
You're going over the curb?
Luckily, Tori knows how to handle a curve, even in neutral.
Go!
So the second delivery is made.
There you go. Package for you.
And then after a little push,
So crazy.
it's off to drop stop number 3, North Beach.
Hey, ciao. This is North Beach. It's Little Italy. My people. Ciao, ciao. Hey, Vinny. Hey, let's stop and have lunch.
No time for lunch, Tori. We gotta deliver a package.
Once again, the cowboy courier is in and out.
Okay, go!
and they head to the Mythbusters Butcher of Choice in Chinatown.
Little City Meats, here we come. They told me any stunts were gonna be involved today. I mean, I'm there running through traffic. Couldn't we park closer? But, you know, that's what we have to do when you deliver in the name of science. Start the car!
Indeed. And while Grant takes a breather,
Go!
Tori's developing a theory about the lefts.
As I'm driving this route, I'm starting to see that left-hand turns are a lot more annoying than right-hand turns. I mean, you gotta wait for the traffic to clear up before you can even go.
Yep, so far this test, they've spent over 5 minutes just idling at traffic lights.
Look out, people on the cable car. MCS is coming through.
Oh my God, this is such a hard left.
Come on, go, go, go. We gotta get these packages delivered. All right, Grant, this is your drop. Get it. Go, 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 go.
Hi, I have a delivery for you.
That's 5 packages delivered, with one final stop to make, Alamo Square.
This is it. This is the last package.
Yeah! We did it. Nice work, you guys.
Package from the Mythbusters. Thank you.
That's it. Yes. We're done. Customer satisfaction guaranteed. That's MCS.
So left-hand turn's pretty hairy, huh?
Yeah, now we gotta measure the fuel, get onto the right-hand route, and do this all again.
So we have 71.95 pounds.
Okay, that gives us a total of 6.8 pounds consumed. We went 5.2 miles in 52 minutes.
That felt like we went like 100 miles.
In about 5 hours.
After driving our left-heavy route, I feel like our results might be extremely interesting for this experiment. Because if you think about the amount of time that we had to idle at lights before we could turn left, I think it's about the same amount of time it would take 3 rights to get to a left. I think we might actually have the opposite results of our previous experiment. I think we might actually save fuel going right.
Welcome back. We are testing pretty much everything we can see in this clip. So we came out here to pit 232 and built ourselves a full-size ramp, which we are about to test. If you'll excuse me, I'm gonna get suited up for the first slide.
While Adam slips into something more uncomfortable, here's Jamie with the stats on the super slide.
Our slide is 165 feet long. As we go down it, we'll be going at a 24-degree angle. As we come off the end of it, we're going to be going at a 30-degree angle. How far we go and how fast we travel, that's what we're here to find out.
And they'll coat the slide with the same slippery solution as the small scale.
We're using soap and water to lubricate things, make us go faster.
Jamie sorted out the lube, and Adam's suited up.
Jeez and crow. People do this recreationally? This must be what it's like to be a superhero.
Adam, I've got this handy-dandy GPS unit I'd like to put on you so we can track your speed.
Fantastic. I can put it right there. Ready.
The GPS unit will track not only Adam's speed, but also the distance he flies from the Mega Mythbusters slide.
While it'd be tempting to just go for it and start from the top, we're going to start from the middle because we kind of need to work our way into this.
I'm not actually nervous. I'm itching to get on this slide.
This is a prototype. We don't know what it's going to do.
I'm dying to try this out.
We're going to ease into it and everything seems okay. Then we'll go for it.
Just can't wait. Here we go, test number 1.
Adam Danger Savage empties his bucket and adopts the downhill luge position of the video.
I'm okay. Up very far.
That undignified dismount wasn't quite the slide Adam expected. With only half a slope to build momentum, he peaked at 15 miles per hour and traveled a measly 4 feet.
You
barely made it off the end of the ramp.
I don't know what happened. I was good and slippery, and the track did a great job of keeping me on the track. But yeah, I landed about 4 feet away.
That's not a good sign.
No, it's not a good sign for the myth, but I'm raring to go again. That was a hell of a lot of fun.
And for take 2, you'll need a little more slide. So he heads to 3/4 of the way up. The landing may have been a little hard on his derriere, but at least Adam got in.
Oh, wow!
But there was one frothy problem.
By the time I hit the ramp, so much water had sprayed into my face from the overly wet ramp that I couldn't see a thing. I hit the ramp blind. I did everything wrong. But I landed okay. Coach, I'm ready to go in for another run. Will you send me in?
Okay, but to be safe for this run, they ditch the bucket and give the slide a more even spray from top to bottom.
Good luck, buddy.
Here we go.
Much better.
Woo!
That time, the lubrication was just right. Adam got up to a speed of 21 miles per hour and flew 50 feet.
That was a total adrenaline rush.
Yeah, well, you're going to get a bit more of one when you go to the top, which I believe is next.
If you remember, I told Jamie that I thought the sprayers were a stupid idea, and I was so sure we weren't going to use them to grease the ramp that I told him that if we did use them, I'd pay him $100. I hope he forgets.
I doubt it, Adam. The Hyneman never forgets. With the safety sorted out, the guys can concentrate on this myth. There are 2 parts to the super slide, accuracy and distance. So first, they're taking on
Distance. By our best calculations, the slider in the video flies approximately 115 feet. Do I have 115 feet of travel in my future? Honestly, I don't think so. Okay, I'm ready to go from the top. It should be all downhill from here.
Yeah, well, break a leg.
Here we go.
But will a slide from the very top be enough to launch Adam the same distance as the video stunt slider?
3, 2, 1. Oh, it doesn't take much. Here we go. Whoa! Yeah! Wow!
Well, that was one mighty mega whoosh. But Adam only flew 70 feet. A far cry from the 115 feet of the myth.
I'm alive, right?
I think so.
How far did I fly?
You flew about 70 feet.
That's totally intense. That was, above and beyond everything else, the single most intense thing I've ever done on the show. Editors, just roll it one more time. I want to watch this. Yeah, look at that! I'm screaming involuntarily the whole way to the water. The moment I feel the water hit my feet, I am so grateful because I know it's a good landing. I wish you could try this.
Well, we can't, but the Hyneman can. And maybe he'll be able to go the extra distance this myth requires. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Adam Danger Savage, trying to recreate this. But now it's time to call in the heavies.
So why do I have to go down the slide when Adam already has? Good to go. Well, you don't think I'm going to pass something like this up, do you? I mean, look at it. And besides, who knows, I might go further.
It isn't a case of anything Adam can do, Jamie can do better.
Just relax and clench your butt. That worked for me so well.
It's about mass. Jamie is slightly heavier than Adam, and that could give him an edge when it comes to flight distance.
Don't you wonder what's going through Jamie's head right now? Keep my core tight. Relax. It's probably not. It's probably more like, I wonder how to reassemble the rack on my truck. Maybe some quarter 20 bolts. Oh, it's time to go? Okay, here we go.
So, Adam, this whole thing seems kind of fun, but it's also terrifying. Maybe it's terrifyingly fun? What do you think?
I had exactly the same assessment of the thing. Tell me what you feel like after the fly.
I guess it's now or never. Here we go.
Jamie starts at the safety distance 3/4 of the way up.
Perfect! You sounded great going down.
It is kind of involuntary.
You see what I mean about like not having much of a choice in how things are going?
I didn't keep my legs quite as spread as you were, which was part of the reason I came off just a hair sideways.
Yeah.
That's kind of painful coming down. If you're not centered, that's a lot of hit.
Yeah, when I landed on my butt, I'm still sore from that.
With Jamie's safety run complete, he heads for the top.
Just look at this thing. I mean, who gets to do this? This is fun.
Fun, but will he be able to fly the full 115 feet of the Myth?
From the top, 3, 2, 1.
Oh! He's okay. That landing looked a little cattywampus.
Jamie made quite a splash.
Oh!
Because according to the GPS, he peaked at 30 miles per hour and achieved the furthest flight yet.
I just went 30 miles an hour down the ramp and I flew 72 feet. Now, we know looking at the video that the guy had to have traveled about 115 feet. And backing out from there, doing the math, that tells us that he had to be going about 40 to 45 miles an hour through the air. Not looking good for the Myth.
Yep, the mythical 115 feet is impossible to match. So next, they'll focus on part 2, accuracy.
So you flew 72 feet on that run.
I beat you.
By 2 feet.
Yes.
But now that leads to the natural question of accuracy. If we did this on dry land, could we place the pool somewhere where we'd hit it every time and survive?
We can arrange that.
Can I be the one to do it? Can I be the one to run the test, please, please, please?
Well, with all this enthusiasm, I suppose so.
Excellent, excellent. I'll suit up.
Here you go. Package for you.
Our trucking trio are testing the myth that you can save gas by only turning right.
Go, go, go! We got packages!
For their left turn delivery route, they used 6.8 pounds of gas. But will that change for the right route?
Okay, now it's time for the right-hand route. To keep this scientific, we're driving at the same time of day, with the same driving style, and going to the same 6 destinations.
Just as before, they weigh the fuel cell.
All right, 76.9. Start the right-hand route.
All right.
And then it's time to start the engines.
Let's do this.
Now the right-hand turns might be a little bit easier. However, trying to figure out how to get to your destination, it takes a little bit more planning. Driving through the city with just a car, that's tough enough. But I mean, you got hills, you got pedestrians, you got traffic. I almost got ambushed by a cable car. Driving this truck, I just hope we get through the route without me crashing. Hey, whoa! 6 packages and using nothing but rights. This should be interesting.
It should. For this route, they'll deliver to the same 6 destinations. But where there were lefts, they'll make 3 right turns instead, meaning they'll cover a total distance of 6.8 miles, 20% further than the last test.
Okay, Fort Mason Gate. Grant, you ready for this delivery? It's your first one.
All right, I'm gonna pull over. You jump out and deliver that package.
Okay.
Go!
Once again, a fast and furious Grant delivers the goods.
Go! You can make it, Grant. You can make it.
And Tori is on the right course.
Seems like we're traveling over a lot more distance with this route.
Yeah, but we're not waiting at lights.
Grant's right. They're not hanging around for this test, and they're already at their second location. But will the lack of lights, yet extra distance, save them fuel?
All right, so this is Lombard.
Lombard, get ready. Keep off walls.
Their last Lombard run was a little sticky.
Oh,
Looking good.
So this time, to even the odds, Tori cruises down in neutral and restarts the engine at the bottom of the hill to mimic the same fuel consumption as before.
okay, go, 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 go.
Are you a fan of Mythbusters?
Yeah.
Here you go. There's a package delivered for you. Thank you.
That's one happy fan. So it's on to Little Italy.
Ciao.
All right. Okay, go, go, go.
Did you get a signature?
And then Chinatown.
To the belly of the beast. Chinatown.
Come on, get back here. Come on, son.
He's faster than I remember.
That's 4 packages down with only 2 to go.
Who knew packages could be so exciting?
Should we leave him this time?
Nah, we got one more package still. I don't want to get out of the car, do you?
No.
And for the final delivery, there's just one more set of rights to get to Alamo Square.
Hey, don't forget to use MCS.
We're the bomb.
Word. All right, here we go. Last delivery.
Sure would be easier if we could take a left.
Sure would. And now they're at Alamo Square. They've done right by the route. But has going the extra distance saved them gas?
Good enough. Let's weigh the fuel cell.
All right, 72.9 pounds.
That means we consumed 2.8 pounds less on the right-hand route.
So it's confirmed.
It actually saves you fuel to do right turns only?
Surprisingly enough, although the right-hand route added 9 minutes to their total delivery time, it was more fuel efficient.
The results for this experiment are really, really interesting. The left-hand route was shorter, it took less time, but it consumed a lot more fuel. So this myth is confirmed. If you're a delivery truck driver in an urban environment, you're definitely gonna wanna plan a right-hand route. But if you're me in a little tiny car, not very practical.
You know what? I'm sick of driving this truck in the city. Can we get a taxi?
Taxi!
Water slides, they're wet and wild fun. But could the science of this splash landing be misleading? A flight of 115 feet is busted. So now it's all down to accuracy.
To me, the soul of this myth boils down to accuracy. Is the slider going to hit the same location repeatedly, and thus can they place a pool in the middle of a grassy field and hit it, thus saving their lives? How do we test the accuracy on the water? How do we draw an X on something that moves like water? We do it with this camera right here. This camera will not move, and it will record 2 jumps of mine. We'll be marking those jumps on the monitor of the camera, hoping that they're pretty much right on top of each other. If 2 jumps are on top of each other, I will feel safe enough to put a pool right there and hope that I hit it in the middle.
Well, without further ado,
Good luck, Adam.
Thank you, sir. See you at the bottom.
Adam hits the slope to zero in on his landing.
All right, this is for real. Here I go.
3, 2, 1.
That's take 1. Now for take 2. Surprisingly, it looks like a slider does strike the same place twice. Well, almost.
So those runs were great. They were both within a couple feet of each other.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, let's put out a 10-foot diameter target and see if I can hit it.
I think that's it.
Wow, I did not expect that.
So far, the accuracy is looking pretty good because both of Adam's runs landed within a couple of feet of each other. Now, as icing on the cake, what we need to do is make a ring that represents the edge of a kiddie pool and put that out there. And if Adam lands in the middle of it, we're golden.
Obviously, putting a kiddie pool on a lake is a pipe dream. So instead, Jamie's got a flexi solution.
Okay, so from everything we've done so far, we've calculated that we're hitting a spot that's pretty much in the center of that circle behind me. But here's how I want you to think about this. Picture that that is dry land, and the only salvation you have at the end of that dry land is that circle, which is full of life-saving water somewhere in the middle of the dry land, and you are going to trust your life to hitting that target? I would not. I personally am really glad that the whole thing is surrounded by water. I just can't give it 100% that I'm gonna hit it.
I'm gonna try and hit it. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Go for the gold star.
Dude, I wish you could see it from here. From here, the ring looks like the size of a quarter.
Well, then you shouldn't have any trouble hitting it.
Okay.
It all comes down to this: one souped-up super slider and one floating ring of rubber. Will Adam be accurate enough to ring in this myth?
And 3, 2, 1. Yeah!
That was a perfect splash landing.
Dude, I didn't even break it!
Adam's final run propelled him 70 feet and then directly into the center of the pseudo kiddie pool.
I don't think this is really gonna take off as an amusement park ride, though. It's a little intense for the kids.
Well done.
Thank you. I am gobsmacked that that worked so well.
So Adam's accuracy was actually pretty good. But let's remember that in the clip, the pool was about 115 feet away from the end of the ramp. And that means that if what happened here happened in that clip, that guy would be splat about in the middle of the run. Not a good thing.
Not a good thing. But where does that leave this mega whoosh myth?
Well, as far as the distance goes, it's busted because we'd have to have a slide at least twice as long as this to get that 115 feet. But accuracy?
Plausibility of the accuracy is the thing I find most astounding in this. When we started testing this, I would have never called that we'd be reliably hitting that dot time and again, that you could somehow set this up on dry land and actually hit the target.
Well, for the myth to be true, both halves have to be true, and they're not, so it's busted.
It's awfully technical of you, but okay, I'll buy that. It's busted.
So where's my $100?
I gotta say, that was the most intense thing I've ever done on this show.
Yeah, well, while we were busting this myth in the field, our researchers were busting it in cyberspace.
How so?
They contacted the people that made the clip, and you know what? It was CG.
Double plus busted.
Busted.